Dude, check it out. I set money aside in my company and they match it and then it grows, and it's this thing called a 401k. And then my buddy was telling me about this crazy thing called real estate investing. There's no real program for that. You have to take risks, do it all on your own. Friends, today we're gonna take 401ks, IRAs, we're gonna put them up neck and neck, talk about the pros and cons of each, and see ultimately if we can help you come up with a better strategy for your financial future.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Have you watched that movie Dumb and Dumber? I kind of wonder if in hindsight this video is going to feel like that, because there's this movie where, like, I can't remember who it was, but one of the dumb guys turns to the pretty chick, and they were at the gasoline fill-up thing, and like the dog was lifting its leg and he was putting gas in it, and he turns to the hot girl and he says, "Hey." She's like, "Hey, okay." He's like, "Those your skis?" She's like, "Yes." And then he says, "Both of them?" And it's like the funniest line in the world for me. And I kind of feel like even talking about 401ks compared to real estate is like Dumb and Dumber speak. Listen, I want to be fair here. Like, honestly, a 401k is a really smart thing to do if you don't have a plan. Like, if you don't know how you're going to get where you want to go, a 401k does a couple of really great things for you. Number one, it's like a forced savings account. It actually gets you putting money aside because heaven knows most people are just not doing that. And number two, it does earn something, right? It earns 4 or 5%, which again is better than nothing. So I look at it kind of like a worst case scenario that says, you clearly haven't read financial books. You're clearly not taking your own financial future in your own hands, and you're leaving it up to society. And if you're gonna do that, then a 401k is probably a good move. But if we fast forward 30 years, your 401k will likely be enough money to live off of for 2 or 3 years at the point of retirement. What's the point of retiring after 30 or 40 years if 3 years later, you have to go back in the workforce? Now, some of you are like, "What are you talking about, Kris?" Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Let's say that you're accustomed to living off of 70 grand a year. And let's say that you put $200,000 away in a 401k after all those years. 200 grand is gonna last you not even 3 years before it's all eaten up. So again, what's the point of working for 40 years to retire for 3 years and then go have to get a job? Doesn't really make sense, right? So that's why we actually have this whole conversation of comparison, because even though some of you are like, "No, Kris, the match is awesome. The company gives me free money." You're right, but can you invest it? Well, no. Does it produce a return for you? No. Okay, good. Then is it doing you any good? If it's your plan and it's how you get to 200 grand and you want to retire for 3 years, great, you're covered. But if you're starting to do the math and say, "Wait a second, I got problems. Like, I don't know if this is actually going to work out the way that I want," then you shouldn't put money into something that you know can't get you where you want to go. It's not even a tool of diversification. I want to be clear. Locking up your money in 3, 4, 5, 6% returns that can't accumulate to what you need, it's broken and it's not enough. So it can't really get you where you want to go. The alternative is to find a different choice that's going to do better for you. Now, many of you know that I do the game of real estate. We could talk about the risks of real estate. We could talk about what kind of strategy, buy and holds, flips, and tax liens and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, real estate comes down to one thing. When I get at a complicated pro forma with like hundreds of numbers summing up an entire property that I'm thinking about doing, I only look at one number to know whether I'm going to do it or not. And that's the ROI. And on average, those ROIs are over 25%. So when I say, this is producing 4 or 5%, this is producing 25%, it's 5 times bigger than that. Now, 5 times bigger doesn't make it better alone. It's 5 times bigger that I can put into real estate that will give me a 5x leverage point. Meaning 100 grand will buy me $500,000 of real estate. So wrap your mind around this. Not only am I making 5 times more money, but real estate gives me extreme leverage. If you take that money and you compound it, you can find out that inside a decade or two, if you buy enough properties, you can retire. 401ks, or let's talk about 401ks. Just say it's any kind of investment producing 4 or 5%. Let it compound, and in 40 years, it's not going to be anywhere near what you need. So today's conversation, guys, is really not about, is a 401k good or bad? Is real estate good or bad? It's just, are you doing the math? And are you figuring out what will get you where you want to go and what won't get you where you want to go? Because ultimately, if you do the math, that's what should motivate you to act. Now, by the way, when should you be taking action? The younger, the better. Put time on your side. No matter what age you are, you need to get your money working for you at 25% rates or 20% rates or even 15, maybe even just 10%, because 10% compounding is way huger than 5% compounding. So at the end of the day, those are your options between 401ks and real estate. If you want the real guide on the hoax of the 401k and what real estate can really do for you, it's all found in my book. This is The Straight Path to Real Estate Wealth. It's updated for today's economy and the upcoming crash, which gets me excited. And we sold over 50,000 copies of it. This book has created millionaires. In fact, I just decided to miss a call from Sterling, one of my buddies, who was calling me about his next multi-million-dollar deal I'm gonna be doing with them. All started from principles right here in this book. Now, the cost of this book is normally $20, and to you today is free. Cover the shipping. My team will put it in the mail. Technically, my 13-year-old daughter will do that because I'm teaching her principles of entrepreneurship. And this book possesses the knowledge that can financially transform your life. So get yourself a copy of this. Make sure you're a subscriber, and I will see you on tomorrow's video.